What's going on, people? Welcome back to the channel. KG is back with a match preview ahead of another huge game ahead of the race for promotion to the Premier League. Coventry City versus Leeds United. And yes, 3 points are needed. Every game needs to be a win now. No point here, no point there. We need to match Ipswich. We need to stay ahead of Leicester and secure that top 2 spot. Before I get into it, though, please hit a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed, and of course, drop your score predictions and comments about anything discussed in today's video. Now, Sai here, hurry up and gargle that TCP, KG. We're waiting on your words of wisdom. I appreciate that. So I'm going to try and keep this one to 10 minutes. I don't think I need any longer than 10 minutes on this one. So we're going to go through what Daniel Farker said today, all the main points, and just a couple of other thoughts. Thank you to John Abbott for the super thanks on the last video, and thank you to Tim, who has become a new member of the channel. Thank you, Tim. Membership link is in the description. Really does help me out. So if you want to become a member of the channel to support me, then please do click the link. Guy Fawkes, the guy's voice is slowly returning. Yes, it is. Slowly, yeah, Ryan. I think I am going to head to the doctors again one more time tomorrow, just to see if there's anything else that I can do just to speed up the process. Because obviously now we're on the 4th of April. This has been going on nearly a month. So, obviously it's a very long time. But yeah, listen, as long as I'm still alive, I will still try and keep making content. Yeah, is that fair? So yeah, listen, let's get into it. Let's get straight into it. No foreplay today, people. We just have to go straight for the jugular. Daniel Farker says that all the people that are available from the last game should be available for this one. The only person that will be not available is Jamie Shackleton. Surprise, surprise. He's going to be out for another 2 weeks with another injury. Like I've said about Shackleton, and I know earlier this season, Daniel Farker says the club will look after him when it's time for his new contract. But I'm thinking it's more to do with moving him on or helping him find a new club, because he's got no business being here at Leeds United, and his availability has been a joke as well. So Jamie Shackleton will be out, so he won't be an option. Good news is that Gurev could be fit for the game. That would be really good. And the importance of Gurev, I've spoken about before. He's one of those players that when he's not there, you notice him, but when he's playing, you kind of take him for granted. That's the same with all of those holding type midfield roles. But we've really seen the difference with Gurev out of the team. And if he is available for the game, we've got to chuck him in. Listen, there's 6 games left. Everybody should be fit now. Everyone should be raring to go. I know a few people left a few comments on the last video saying, you see, this is why Kamara wasn't playing well. He was a bit ill, and so-and-so's got a knock, etc. Guys, I've mentioned it on this channel before, but I'll just say it again. When you speak to players and when you talk to players about how they feel throughout the season, a lot of them say that around from game 15 onwards, they're playing with niggles and knocks. So for me, I'll put it back into basic terms, then back to you guys, and I would say, if we're playing with all of those knocks, then surely Leicester, Ipswich, and everyone else are playing with those knocks too. And then if they're not playing with those knocks, why is it only Leeds United? So I would throw it back that way. So I expect Ipswich players, I expect Leicester players to all be playing with some kind of ailments, much like our players are. But it's how you deal with it. It's how you get on with it. So hopefully it won't be an issue going forward. Obviously, Shackleton has succumbed to whatever injury he has, an adductor injury, so he'll be out. But hopefully everyone else just put some ice on it, put some Robitussin on it, and is ready to go, because we need all of our better players in the running for this. It's so important, so important. He did speak a bit about about the Peru penalty thing. And what I would say is that he kind of owned up to it and said that he didn't give the instruction to Joel Perot about if there's a penalty in the next 2 minutes, then you're not taking it, because he doesn't like players that are cold to go on and take the penalty. And I completely understand that. I accept that, actually. But I just feel that, and I'm not accusing any bias or anything, but I just feel if Bamford was brought on in that moment, he would have said to Bamford, look, if you get a penalty in the next 2 minutes, you're not taking it. And I don't know. I just feel with Joel Perot and just the way it was on the pitch with all the players, just like saying, listen, you got to leave it. It's Somerville's. And only he doesn't know the instruction. I just feel like there's just bad communication there. And I'll just be honest with you, that's just how I feel about it. I just feel if you're an important player, that and you should know that, especially when you are called the designated penalty taker, not just in private, not just in practice. We've all heard it publicly after a game. We've all heard it. So he's going on with the thinking that I'm going on to take the penalty. Wait a minute, no one told me that if I'm only on for 2 minutes that I'm not taking a penalty. Why wasn't that communicated in many training sessions? Why wasn't that just said from the outset? And I just feel with Joel Perot that he's had a bad time of it at Leeds. I don't think he's been treated very well by the manager and the fans altogether. And I'm not saying that he's innocent in this. He could have done better in some games for sure. But when he's playing deeper, because the manager thinks that he should be playing deeper and Rutter should be nine, when he's scoring goals, having to run from central midfield, and he's in double digits and he still gets stick from absolutely everybody. And then you get this fiasco with the penalty, which Danny Farker says is no issue. So cool, no issue. I just feel that it's just been I think if he could do over his options again, I don't think he would have come to Leeds United knowing what he knows now. Hindsight's wonderful and everything else like that. But that's why I do see a parting of the ways come the summer, especially if Danny Farker is still in charge, because it just isn't working out. And it doesn't mean anything because a few players don't put the clubs that they play for in their bios, but there's no mention of Leeds United anywhere in Pirro's profiles when he first moved here. So I just feel like he probably feels like this has not gone well. Hey, listen, maybe it could go better in the second year, whichever division we're in. I just don't see it personally. Um, Ben here saying, yeah, it looks like Peru is gone in the summer if we go up. Yeah. And you just think about the other question. I don't know who asked the question, but shout out to whichever journalist it was. It wasn't one of the usual suspects. But they asked him about Mateo Joseph, and the answers in the second part of this tweet from Popey. Mateo Joseph and Bamford, is there a headache there? And it's just like, okay, basically he said it's important we're not driven by emotions and not put too much weight of promotion on young shoulders. He's affected the game so far, and it's good to have this player. It's also to have experienced players like on the pitch like Patrick. Again, listen, and this is not going against Danny Fark. I always have to say this because if you don't agree with everything the manager says, people think you're against the manager. But I just don't agree with this. I disagree with this very heavily, in fact. And the fact that it's Bamford or nothing when there's Joel Perot there, who he even said today, people, is a forward striker. It just tells you something. Again, it's that thing about certain players just being bulletproof in this team. As long as they're at this football club, they will always get a bye. He's talking about experience. I've always said that there's good experience, there's bad experience in teams. Just because you're an older statesman of the team doesn't mean that's good experience you got. You could just have been around a long time, which is what's happening with Bamford. But he basically said today that Joseph won't be starting against Coventry. It will be Bamford. But he also said as well, and I know it's time pressed for the press conference, but he was talking about one goal this season for Joseph. Like, okay, can we have the context though in saying that you've only been giving him 10 minutes here and there? I mean, he got half an hour in the last game, but usually he gets 10, 15 minutes at best to make an impact. So I thought that was a bit disingenuous with that one goal in 15 comment. That's just very, very surface level for me. Because I could easily say if Joseph starts more games, he'll have a bigger goal return than Bamford, who's got 7. But I mean, Bamford is Farker's love child. David, we've been here with how many managers? And I've always said it. Look, I want Farker to work out here. I really do. I don't want to keep going through manager after manager. But the way he was talking today, the experience of what Bamford gives you, didn't mention any of the fluffs in the past couple of games that he's made. But it's like we're going around this circle again. And if we do go up and this football club relies on Bamford being the striker again, well, we keep talking about he might get 10 games to see how it goes. You're not going to last the 10 games. Simple as that. Simple as that. But if that's the sword you want to die on, do so. Because you'll just go the same way as every other manager that has picked this player to try and get you out of rut, to keep you up, to try and get us promoted. It's just too much. But I've gone past the point of annoyed. No, no, I'm still annoyed. I'm not going to lie to you. It's still annoying. But the managers pay for it with their jobs. Simple as that. Simple as that. But um, yeah, I hope so. I hope so, Ram. This is Bamford last season. Yeah, and listen, it's good to talk him up because then at least in the summer, if we do try and move him on, which we should, there should be more interest in him because I've said it already. 2024 overall, this calendar year, he's been okay. He's been okay at this level. But if you're seriously putting that number 9 shirt on him in the Premier League, then let's not bother going up. Let's just forget it. Let's just not bother going up. Seriously. Um, yeah, Max here saying he did say it's not time to play chess. I'm not advocating for Bamford, by the way. No, no, and I completely understand that. And the thing is, if there was more impact from Bamford in the last couple of games, I would completely get it. But then I would say, why not give Joel Perot a run in the game? But it's quite obvious he doesn't trust him. So let's not bother beating that drum. But all I'll say with Bamford now, if it's experience is needed, then he needs to step up, whether it's a goal, whether it's build up to a goal, an assist. He needs to do something now because all of it has been the kids, all of it has been other players. Dan James probably being the oldest one. It's Somerville, it's Jorginho, it's all of these guys. Archie Gray stepping up. It's all of these guys stepping up while he has been a ghost in the last couple of games. So Bamford, I don't care how you score. It can be with your elbow again. I don't mind that. I actually like that S housing stuff. It can be with your elbow. It can be with your butt, your thigh, your nose, your teeth like Sam Byram. Don't care, Bamford. Do something for the team then. Because once again, this player has been backed in public by the manager. Time for him to pay the manager back and all his little fanboys and girls that love him no matter what. All right. Time for you to pay these people back because the past couple games at this level in the championship against the opponents we've played, it's not been good enough. So you're going to get the call again. Do something, please. Please. Skip is saying there are plenty of strikers out there who do what Bamford does and more. We need a reliable number 9 next season and Joseph as a backup. Yeah, 100% Skip. But you know that, and I know that, and everyone else who knows that there's more players outside of who plays for Leeds United knows that. But a lot of fans just can't see past him. But I'm not talking to those people now anyway. So it's all good. Um, David here saying we've had injuries around him and Bamford hasn't stepped up. Yeah, you're talking about an experienced striker. He's been there, done that. No matter what you think of him, he's done it. But you would never believe it the way that he's been playing the last couple of games. It's been poor, real poor. But look, we shall see what happens. No matter what people think, and you'll always get if he scores on Saturday, you will get his fanboys coming to me saying, "Oh, what are you saying about Bamford now?" Always the same thing. But I want him to do well for Leeds United while he's here. That doesn't change. I don't want him to go goalless to the end of the season to prove some kind of stupid point. There's no point to be proven. He could score from every game from now to the end of the season. He's still not a Premier League striker. That's the bottom line. SJ44, who's a Bamford truther. Peru isn't suited to Farker's press. It only works if all the forwards press together. Yeah, I mean, listen, there's been all this kind of talk. I mean, the discourse about Erling Haaland, by the way, just tells me why football just sucks these days. The guy does the hardest thing to do in football. There's nothing harder to do than score goals, people. And what has he got? Like 81 goals in 87 games for Man City. People like, our Man City a better team without Erling Haaland. Man, if you don't cut that BS out, ridiculous, man. I'd rather see him running around. What does everyone remember at the end of the season when it comes to striker people? Do you remember how many goals the striker scored? Or do you remember that one time that he trapped back and put something out for a corner? Oh, yeah, that made my night. No one remembers or cares about that stuff. But strikers who do the hardest job get criticized for scoring goals. It's absolutely insane. And if everyone could do it, if everyone could do what Erling Haaland did, then everyone would be able to do it. But they don't. It's as simple as that. But listen, it is. Imagine that, Darren. Maybe for our controllers, Joseph starts against Coventry. Yeah, I don't think so, Dan. I wish it was. It was just the thing as well about emotions as well. I didn't agree with that. I felt that was a very YouTube thing to say. It was almost condescending kind of thing, but it's just seeing what you're seeing with your eyes. Mateo Joseph is scoring goals at every level. FA Cup goals. He got a goal, a very important goal in the championship. He's scoring at under 21s for Spain. There's no emotion involved in that. It's just what you're seeing. But look, it is what it is. Um, Tim here saying the 49ers need to learn from the past. The question is, do they have the nerve? We will find out this summer, Tim, and everyone else. We will find out. Okay. So yeah, we will absolutely find out. But I'm hoping with everything, Tim and everyone else, that they are as data driven as they say, and they ignore the passion fan base, because we're not going to get anywhere with that. If that is the case, we still have James Milner here. You know what I mean? We still have, oh man, any ex-player that's probably still knocking about, bringing back. He knows the club. He knows the club. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. But yeah, so basically that is it there. And what I want to just counter with that as well, Coventry City, this is not going to be easy, people. Coventry are a good side. Callum O'Hare and especially Ellis Sims, if they're playing, very, 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 very good at this level. Ellis Sims, maybe even a possibility that he could be playing at a higher level. We shall see what happens with him. But, you're talking Ellis Sims there. I mean, Coventry are putting their promotion hopes on a 23-year-old. He's only a few years older than Mateo Joseph. But no, the expectation is different. Expectation is different at Coventry compared to Leeds. Get that. But, Ellis Sims has done pretty well from 12 goals this season. He's done his job. So, Coventry will not be an easy game. I've got to believe with everything that's on the line, with the way that the results have been, I don't think that we can be as poor as we was against who did we beat last? Man, who did we even beat last time? Oh my days. Oh my day. Who was the last game, people? Oh my Lord. I can't even remember who we played. Forgive me, but we can't start as poorly as that, especially knowing all the results. We're actually playing after Ipswich Town play. Hull City, thank you so much. Yeah, Hull City. If we play as poorly as that with Coventry and the way they play, we will lose the game. Because for me, Coventry are better than Hull City. I think they've got better talent in their team. Minus Fabio Carvalho. So yeah, let's just have a quick look. Yeah, we're in second, as everyone knows. Coventry just outside of the playoff positions, and they're doing pretty well. 3 wins in the last 5, and they've got a decent home record. I think it was said that they've either won or drawn in the last 8 at home. So yeah, they're doing well. They're doing well, people. But I've got to believe this team wants it more. They need it more, and plus the quality that we possess, we have to get the job done, people. So what I'll say, I'm going to give my score prediction now. I do think Coventry will score. I'm going to go for a 3-2 Leeds win. I think it's going to be one of those. Yeah, hold that nerve. We'll be okay. That's what it is now. It's a chess game between the top 3. It's a 3-way chess game. It's absolutely mad what's going on with this league, but we've got to keep winning. I don't think a point would do us any good. But I'm hoping for a positive result in the Norwich game. Yeah, exactly right. And that's it. Gone so long unbeaten, yet one loss could ruin it. Exactly. There's no room for error. James is going for a 2-1. Arsenal's going for a 1-1. Can't click on it, Arsenal. Sorry. Ben's going for 1-0 or Nige 2-2. Oof. Let's have a look. Jeff here. Yeah, doing a bit better. Thank you, Jeff. Leeds 2, Coventry 1. Yeah, that would be nice. I don't think it's that simple as well, Ripper. Much like I don't think that if we lose, that it's all over then. But I don't think just because we win this game, we then go on to win every other game. I still think there's still twists and turns to come. Darren here, 3-0. Matt C, 2-1 Coventry. Oh, my days. What a disaster. Oh, no. Allison, 1-1. No. Why, Allison? Why? David also going 1-1. Flying Fish still going 3-1. Okay, right, man. It's not as unanimous as I thought it was going to be, but I think it's because people realize Coventry are a real good outfit in this league. Chris Kingy, shout out to you, Chris Kingy, man. Draw for me. I can't see us picking up from the last two games. I think that's our standard until Nanto comes back and Joseph plays. Yeah. I don't know about you guys, man, but it's been tough watching these last couple games. Since we've come back from the international break, I think we've performed real poorly. I think we should have lost against Watford. Never mind, got a point. And we could definitely have lost against Hull City with the way they were playing. That's why we are just lucky that the quality in the division overall allows you to have poor performances like that and not get punished. Whereas when you're in the Premier League, you know you're losing those games outright. So we're very lucky in where we are. But I hear you, Chris. It's been a tough sledging, but we've got to just keep going. Have to. Yeah, David saying changes are coming too late. We shall see what happens on Saturday, David. But we pretty much know the drill when it comes to Daniel Farker and subs. I think that is it. Oh no. Let me just quickly just show you the rival fixtures. This is the one, isn't it? If Norwich have some East Anglian pride, Norwich, please, yeah, get the win and stop this Ipswich thing. Because listen, the Norwich City fans, they will not want to see Ipswich get 3 points at their ground on route to promotion. No chance. So Norwich City, that's a huge game for them. So if Norwich can just do something for us, yeah, that would be nice. Leicester, I expect them to beat Birmingham at home. I know Leicester, a bit spotty, but they seem to have got back in a rhythm. But yeah, Birmingham at home. Although Birmingham are fighting for their lives, I think Leicester, they know what's at stake and they'll get the job done. And that's it. I'm not looking at for Southampton. I think it's just between us three people. And Matt C here saying Gruev is the glue. We need him back in to make me more confident. I hear that, Matt. And that's what I'm saying. When you take out certain players, you see how important they are. And Gruev has been vital for us since he came into the team and started games. He's been absolutely crucial. And when he comes out, you notice the big difference. And Farker alluded to that today in terms of how he can slow it down. If he needs to play over the top ball to get us moving in a different direction, he can. He's been pivotal this year. One of many who've been pivotal. Yeah, I hated to Max just saying here, I can't click on it, Max. Yeah, it pains him to rely on other teams. I hear it. When it's in your hands, it's so much better, but it's not in our hands right now. So we are reliant on Ipswich and Leicester, especially with a game in hand, dropping some points. Oh, there you are, Max. There it is. Norwich will win 2-1, 10 minutes of injury time. Yeah, it would be nice for it to go that way instead of Ipswich way, right? But yeah, so that is it, people. That is the preview. I said 10 minutes. I've gone 22. Can't shut up, can I? Can't shut up. But listen, people, please like the video if you haven't liked the video already. Drop your score predictions and comments below and your super thanks below. Really is appreciated. I've got the match reaction link in the description as well. If you want to click a like on that and stick with me for the game, for the chat after the game on Saturday. And until then, enjoy the rest of the week. Well, up until the weekend. And I'll see you all soon. Peace out, people.